radio like you never heard.
Hello, everybody. What's up, people? My name is Timmy Dakolo, and you're listening to Elegbete TV Radio. Stay tuned.
Elegbete TV Radio. Redefining broadcasting. Listen. You're listening to Elegbete TV and Radio. You are listening to Elegbete TV Radio. Elegbete TV Radio. We dare to lead. This is radio like you never heard before. Elegbete TV Radio, the pathfinder for radio.
Yeah. Alright, good morning and welcome to the Sports Buffet on Elegbete TV Radio. My name is Idafe Matthew Esiogana. You love to call me the Elegbete One of Sports. It's a lovely time to be alive. As I always say, the gift of life is not something that you went to buy at any shop. There's nobody who have it more than the other. At any given time, you can lose it and nobody takes your permission to take it away from you. But for as long as you're alive, you've got to be able to use that life and use it very well. I tell people that we are all created to make impact and make a good impact on the face of the earth. So whether you act or you don't act, you're making an impact, but you really want to make a positive impact and touch the lives of people. That's what I expect. Well, on the YouTube channel, if you're there, we're trying a new software this morning, and we kind of like need you to give us feedback to make us know if it is working well, if the audio is coming out good, if the videos are coming out good, the scroll bar is working out well, and everything. It's not, perfect yet, but like we said, we promise that carrying you guys along, we would improve as we go, and we hope that this improvement makes sense to you all. Well, having said that, there is plenty to talk about. Victor Osimhen scooped the best foreign player award in Italy. I mean, he's not the only foreign player in Italy 2022, but he scooped that award. That's a very nice one. And he's also come out to say he's working very, very hard, extremely hard, to make it to the Premier League. So for those of you who's been, we've had this conversation around Victor Osimhen. Victor Osimhen is the most talked about African player on this show and across, social media. Even Fabrizio Romano jumped in on the conversation. It tells you a whole lot talking about him, and it's the leading goal scorer right now in the Italian Serie A. I really pray that he keeps scoring more goals, because Lautaro Martinez is coming, and he gets to play penalties and the rest of them. Victor Osimhen doesn't play penalties. Not a big deal as far as I'm concerned. I don't want to use that as an excuse, but I just think that he should keep scoring. So I wish him the very best as he keeps scoring. Well, this morning we would really appreciate your comment, your thought on all of the conversation that we're having, and I need you guys to even lead the conversation. Somebody sent me a mail yesterday in my inbox. I get a lot of mail, but then there are some that they would say I read it on the show, and I'm obligated to do that. So I'm going to read Jawan's message on the show as we progress, and I hope that some of you also will give advice on this one. It's not something for me alone. So Chelsea plays Dortmund today. In 2012, Chelsea was having a very terrible season. They had played Napoli away in the Champions League. They lost 3-1, and everybody said that this was a season where Baba Lowo money. That time Chelsea was also one of the most hated club. Remember the slogan ABC, anything but Chelsea. People don't want Chelsea to succeed, but sometimes it doesn't matter whether people want you to succeed or not. If you get your heart right, do the things that you're supposed to do, success will still come your way, irrespective. Like I always say, that people create their own luck if they apply themselves very hard. If you work very hard, I've heard people say things like, "Oh, village people are after me, witches are after me, people are stopping my shine, people are blocking me." No, nobody's gonna block your way if you work very hard in your field. And I know this conversation that people always bring up and say, if it is hard work, it's not about hard work, it's by grace. Grace have never happened for anybody that is lazy. I've never seen grace work for a lazy person before, because even the Bible that you extrapolate this grace from says A little folding of the hand, a little slip, and poverty will attack you like a bandit. So there is no grace that comes within the field of life if we're not willing to work. So this is how Muhammad Ali said it. Muhammad Ali said that I've never seen anybody put in the hard work, and Michael Jordan also said that I've never seen anybody put in the hard work in their area of expertise and then they end up without being lucky. Okay, so look at Arsenal, for instance. People have said all sorts of things. Adrian, for instance, will say you that Arsenal is being lucky. It's not like they are the best team in the Premier League. Well, you can say that, but the truth of the matter is, when you have the kind of attitude that Arsenal have got, if you use it in your life, you refuse to give up. Your 2 goes down, your 1 go down. Even in the 90th minute, you still keep on coming. You still keep on telling yourself that you can do. You're doing all the required things. You're shooting, you're crossing, you're passing into the danger area. Obviously, the goal will come, and that's exactly how life is. That's how I see life anyway. And for those of you, you know this and no peace. For those of you who think that, because I go to church, because I pray, bad things will not happen to me, you're lying. Whoever told you that, the person lied to you. The fact also that bad things happen to you, or you get sacked, or people attack you, or people malign your name, and that's going to happen. People malign your name does not mean that you should not stay focused. Victor Osimhen is a very good example. I remember when Victor Osimhen moved to what's it called? The German club that I went to, Wolfsburg. When he went to Wolfsburg, and then he got injured, and the whole talk in the media everywhere was, the whole rumor was that he's not the first. That's how Santos Matkoli was the highest goal scorer on the under 17, and he didn't go anywhere. Victor Osimhen is another one. I remember we used to talk there, and he said, this thing the pain. I said, well, you're not gonna let what people say about you hurt you, and then you stop staying focused. Yes. Precedence of other people is the reason why they are saying that. They will keep saying it because it's a fact. You can't argue against their fact, but you now have to establish your own fact. Just the same way the people who created aeroplane, right? There was the law of gravity. That law did not stop to exist. They just introduced the law of lift by creating an aeroplane, hot air balloon, anything that can go up, even rockets and the rest. So you have to establish your own. You think people are going to fold their hand and say, what a guy. No, people are going to criticize you even if you're doing good. Jesus Christ was criticized for healing somebody on Sabbath day. The people who they heal their family member did not say thank you. They say, why will you heal on Sabbath day? You have broken the law. That's the most important. Somebody who's been there for 38 years that nobody is healing. They heal the person on Sabbath day. Now you're not focused on it. So that's just the way life is generally anyway. So if you think that because people, you're doing good, people will not criticize you, listen. Murphy Jemba once said something on his show that stayed in my head. He said, because the goat eats grass does not mean the lion will not eat the goat. The lion said, no, don't eat the goat. Now the goat does not eat animal. It's not a carnivorous animal, it's a herbivorous animal. So let's just leave it. Let's go and look for a carnivorous animal. They lie. You are lying to yourself. Okay, so that's the way it is. There's so many headlines to sift through this morning. I'm still going to give you guys J1's story, but let me run through some of the headlines that I have here. And just because Man United lost 7-0, there's so many negative stories. These guys have not lost since God knows when, since November also. And all of a sudden, everybody is just on them like, I don't understand. It's just one game that they lost. Yeah, the scoreline might be scandalous, but it's just one game and against a rival. It's not as if they lost to Nottingham Forest 7-0. Okay, reveal. Eric Ten Hag showed Man United flop video clips of their 7-0 Anfield mauling to make them angry before extra sessions with Dutch psychologists as he tries to rebuild confidence. You see, European football is just bedeviled with too many headlines. The way I understand football is I don't need to watch a clip of a game that I lose 7-0 to understand that I have lost the game. I've lost the game. What's the next game? Let's get angry and go on to win that game. That's the way I see it anyway. But hey, it is what it is. Like I always say, it is the media that makes the English league exciting. Take away the media, the league is as good as dead. But that's a topic for another day anyway. I'm not beefing them. I'm just stating the obvious. Manchester United are confident of landing Harry Kane this summer if Tottenham missed out on a top 4 spot, with Red Devils encouraged after making contact with the England captain's camp through a third party. So in other words, if you want Victor Osimhen at Manchester United, keep on praying now for Tottenham Hotspur to make top 4. I never thought a day will come when I will wish Tottenham Hotspur well, but it does look like that's the agenda, because according to the story, according to my own source, they say that Harry Kane will be cheaper compared to Victor Osimhen. Victor Osimhen is 150 million minimum. Okay, 150 million minimum and above. So it could rise up to 200, it could rise up to 250. So it depends on where you're looking at it from. And it is very, very important. It's also very, very instructive that we do all the things that we need to do and do it as perfect as possible. So Manchester United are also saying that Mikhailo Modric, for instance, went to Chelsea and he has not settled. He's coming from another league. They don't want that kind of situation whereby they will bring in another player. Anthony also have not settled. They don't want to bring in a player from Italy and probably he struggles to settle, and then the money that they used to buy him is very big. That's the source. That's my source telling me that. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So they're saying in case their primary option now would be what's it called, Harry Kane. But then if Harry Kane do to them what Harry Kane did or Tottenham Hotspur did to Manchester City some 2-3 seasons ago, they would have no choice but to go for Victor Osimhen. But primarily that would be their man. But then again, if Spurs make it to the top 4 and qualify for the Champions League, I'm not sure Levy will want to sell Harry Kane unless Harry Kane decide to put in a transfer request. All those are the many conversations that will be there. But then again, it doesn't mean that Victor Osimhen's chances of going to the EPL is close with Manchester United. What it means is that option of going to Manchester United, who does look like a more likely team to win the league next season, would not be there if Harry Kane moves. But having said that, there is also the possibility of Chelsea, and then there is the Newcastle option, and then there is the Liverpool option. But looking at Liverpool after the Man United game, I'm not saying that Liverpool is now all done and dusted. If you look at the attacking option, yes, they are going to lose Firmino. Are they going to bring in Victor Osimhen to replace Firmino? I really don't know. But there are so many things that you need to look at in that conversation and say to yourself, well, Bruno Fernandes Anfield antics looks set to end his dream of becoming full-time Manchester United captain, with many at the club, teammates included, irritated by his behavior. The thing about him is he plays a good game when they are winning. When they are not winning, that's where you get the problem. Let's not forget that last night Brentford beat Fulham 3 goals to 2. Ivan Toney maintains his perfect penalty record. It's not 10 in 10. There's only one player in the history of the Premiership that have a better record than him, Yaya Toure, who got 11 in 11. That's the only player who did it that way. Other than that, every other player in the Premier League, struggled one way or the other with their penalties. They've missed one or the other. And I was wondering, did Balotelli ever miss a penalty? I don't know, but did Balotelli ever miss a penalty? Well, this is coming from the camp of Liverpool. The deployment of Gakpo was fantastic. It was the big revelation for Liverpool. Jamie Carragher hails Dutch forward role in 7-0 demolition of Manchester United and thinks front three with Mo Salah and Darwin Núñez can flourish. Well, having said that, it is very, very sad for Manchester United that the player that they scouted, that the player that they wanted to sell, they wanted to sign, all of a sudden Virgil van Dijk convinced him to go to Liverpool, and his first game against Manchester United, it was on the double on a day where he helped to destroy, obliterate, annihilate, and discombobulate Manchester United. This is a quote attributed to our very own Victor Osimhen. I'm working so hard to make sure that I achieve my dream of playing in the Premier League. Okay, Napoli star Victor Osimhen admits he wants to move to England as Manchester United and Arsenal eye prolific striker. Well, the price that they put on his head, I'm not sure Arsenal is going to be able to pay that money. But then there's also the talk that using Arsenal's name on him will make it easy for Chelsea to hijack. Chelsea is his boyhood club, so it will be a dream come true, just the same way it was a dream come true for Jude Odion to play for Manchester United. It will be a dream come true for Victor Osimhen to also play for Chelsea if that deal come true. Casemiro could miss Man United Europa League last 16 tie against Real Betis and will be assessed by medical staff after picking up an injury in Liverpool humiliation. Okay, behave yourself. Gary Neville hits back at Jamie Carragher's claims he cried off Monday night football after Manchester United 7-0 defeat by Liverpool, insisting it was never meant to be on. Oh my god. I like the banter anyway. Whatever happens, I just love the banter. This is what Dominic King had to say. Had this been a normal season, Jurgen Klopp might have given the cup 7-fist stomp for 7 goals against Manchester United, but Liverpool will only celebrate if they finish in the top 4. So there is really nothing to celebrate, especially when you look at the league table and you say to yourself, come on, what is this? But then you look at the history of this match. We have seen a 6-1 Manchester derby hammering, at home against Manchester United. We've seen a 5-0 capitulation against Newcastle in this match. So Manchester United are not stranger to this result anyway. And then we've seen the darkest day defeat under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Manchester United 7-0 loss against Liverpool, also part of it. So the question is, which one is the worst of all this one? The 6-1 to Man City, 5-0 to Newcastle, 7-0 to Liverpool. Which one is the worst? That's the question that they're asking. Well, all these and many more are on the show today, but you know, as we always say, what makes this show different is you people are the one who set the conversation, who set the agenda and keep it going. Premier League clubs have grief fatigue over the number of pre-match tribute they are having to perform, and it appears all bids of Manchester United have fallen short of Glazer's 6 billion valuation. So it does look like Glazer did not want to sell, but he does not want to come out and tell people that I don't want to sell. It will come out as if he's wicked. So what he has done is actually say, okay, I want to sell, but you must pay 6 billion. If you cannot meet 6 billion, you are not in the conversation. What do you guys think in this conversation around Glazer and the Manchester United team? You think the guy wants to sell, or is just doing what's that thing that people do? They just do you long truth, okay? They're just doing your long truth. Yes, it's just doing people long truth. Is that what is going on here? I don't know. Okay, let's know what you think about all of the stories that we've put up here, and how is the broadcast in your area, because we're trying a new software now and it can go up and down. I just want to know how the broadcast is in your area, in your neck of the woods, so we know whether we can continue with this software or we'll go look for someone else, some other ones, and see how we progress with it. But having said that, let me look at the comment section starting from Instagram and then go to YouTube. It seems like today we're going to focus only on YouTube. Having said that, let's go straight to YouTube and see what you guys are saying there. Oduni Remele say good morning, boss. Good morning to you. And then he went on to say Dortmund are in full confidence and great momentum, having won all their games this year. I think Dortmund would defeat Chelsea once again and progress to the next round. Well, that's what you think, my people. What do you think? What do you think about this game? Chelsea versus Dortmund. What do you think it's going to happen? You think it's going to be an easy walk on the park for Dortmund or for Chelsea? What's going to happen? The other fixture is Benfica, Club Brugge. I think Club Brugge, in my own opinion, they're already out. I don't know. No, I'm asking the broadcast on YouTube, not on Instagram. On YouTube, I'm trying to find that. We're using a new software on YouTube, so I want to know if it is coming out as best as we expect it to come out. I think that the Benfica Club Brugge game is a done and dusted for Benfica. That's my opinion. I might be wrong. I might be shocker. But the Chelsea Dortmund game, I don't think it is over yet. They are going to the bridge. Yeah, at the bridge, it's not like Chelsea have been scoring quite a lot of goals anyway, but anything is possible. What do you think is going to happen tonight in this game? That's the one I want you to see. And then there is also a Europa Conference League match between Lazio, who conquered Napoli last weekend, and AZ Alkmaar. Okay, Maurizio Sarri is also plotting his way to go and win this one. Remember, the first winner of the UEFA Europa Conference League was an Italian team, AS Roma, and maybe Lazio would say, let's go and do what Roma did and conquer Europe as well and put our name on the map. Having said that, I'm still asking you guys on YouTube, please tell me what you are seeing in your end. Yes, there is a scroll bar, there is everything, but you get enjoying the story. Okay, Akim will see you, Solomon. They say good morning, boss. I feel Dortmund will scale through. All right, nobody's giving Chelsea a chance again. Where are the Chelsea fans? Why are my Chelsea fans? I mean, I'm betting on you guys. I'm still hoping that you guys will win this one. You guys will do what you know how to do, especially on the European night. Chelsea are like the Real Madrid, and I hope they do well. Steve Oko, he said, do you prefer joining on Instagram or YouTube? Good morning. YouTube now. Instagram is just side chick now. YouTube is the main place. YouTube give you, I mean, YouTube is my office, it's my business. Instagram is just like side chick. It's not really the thing, but we're using a new app that we got that's supposed to help us broadcast better. The problem is with this app, you could also have some issues. I want to know, we've not paid for it, we want to know if it is the right one, if people are getting it the way they should, and then we make payment and continue to use it, or probably we'll go look for another one. The other ones that we've been exposed to have also given us how do I put it now? I've also given us issues about the size of the computer that we're using and a few other things like that, which we need to upgrade. So we need to know if this is on our end or on the other end. I'm seeing excellent connection on my front end, but I need to know what you're seeing on your side, what the sound, what the audio is like, and what the video is like, as well as the scroll bar and everything on it. Well, I need to know from your end, because it is you guys are the real people that determine what goes on. We are the ones that were serving, and we need to serve you properly, right? Having said that, let's go to the comment that we have here. God's Will Awari says, Amigo Bros Friendo, he said, love this new initiative, but I think the background color should be changed or reduced it a bit. Also, I'm trying to pay for the membership, but it's not going through. I think that you need permission from your bank. The Nigerian banking system, a lot of people have complained about that, and then I asked my few people in the bank, and they said that the way your card, you've not given permission for your card to do international transactions, so it's going to be difficult for it to go through. So until you go to your bank and tell them that you need to make payment on YouTube and all that, probably that's the thing. I came to see Solomon says, make Benfica send their under 20 for the second leg. I beg, that one don't go. Well, they might go send their under 20 and then lose scandalously. So that's something we must also think about. Well, Gospel Awari, Gospel, you're using two different channels to watch it, or two different accounts to watch it. He said, happy for Osimhen, this award, more to come. I don't think Chelsea can redeem themselves through UCL because Dortmund are in fine form, and even without Adeyemi, I think they will still skate through. Man, that Adeyemi, that guy is fast. Jesus, he said na fufu in the shop, na fufu na they give us speed, but the boy is fast. Oh my God, like very very fast, flash fast, like flash DC legend fast. It's too fast for my liking, as in from a football perspective. It's too fast, and then he got close control. If you're that fast, you're supposed to struggle with your control, but he is not, and that's amazing. And this one is coming in from Oduni Ramileko. He said the last time United lost was against Arsenal. I think we played early this year or last December. I think it was in December. I think it was my birthday, before my birthday or before my birthday. Okay. Oduni Ramileko, he said, no, late last year or early this year. I'm confused now. Okay. He said, na top for them take hold Hurricane. Now, wow. Taiwo Gunade, he said, other Nigerian players perform well this past weekend. Gift Urban of Genk. Yes, I agree with you on that one. He had a good performance as well. Yes, I think I saw that one. Emmanuel Sebastian was supposed to be here today to give you Nigerian players GPS. That's his show. That's the show where he gives you account of every Nigerian player performing across the globe. But unfortunately, Emmanuel Sebastian is unavoidably absent because he's in the hospital right now. He's on admission, so send your prayers and good wishes to him. If you follow him on social media, Instagram or Twitter, is at Emmanuel Sebastian Mani. Just search for him and send your good messages to him. Cars underscore 347 say, we played Man United January 22nd or 24th. Okay, it was in January. Thank you very much for that update. That's why, I love this show. Everybody plays a part in it. All right, so that's where we stand with that one. That's why Emmanuel Sebastian is not here. Okay, coming up strong on the conversation is Gospel Awari. He said, I don't really know why I'm feeling indifferent with the statement from Osimhen, but I wish him all the best. And since Man U want to go for Harry, I think going to Spain will be better option. Well, Spain, a team in Spain have to come. There's only one team in Spain that I think Victor Osimhen will go, or two. Barcelona or Real Madrid. Now the problem with Barcelona is their financial crisis might not be suiting for me, and I still think that Lewandowski is near the end of his career, so signing Osimhen would also be good for them in Barcelona. But then Barcelona is a club that even good players go and struggle. There's a whole lot. Dembele, Coutinho, Alessandro, Kleb, a lot of players go there and they struggle. I don't want Osimhen to go there and struggle and then he's not looking to come back to escape by going to Fulham or West Ham or Everton. No. now that the iron is hot, he should go to a big club. I would rather he goes to Chelsea, Paris Saint-Germain, Liverpool, than go to Barcelona and then go and struggle. Barcelona really is a club where people go and struggle because of the way they play. You have to play in a certain kind of way, and if you don't meet that certain standard, it's always difficult. So I just hope that that doesn't become the reason why his career nosedive. I don't want him to go excuse me, I don't want him to go to Barcelona. Okay, Akimusuyi Solomon says, is ADMS still able to play for the Super Eagles? No, he doesn't. He's not eligible to play for us anymore. What's it called? Victor Malalu say, okay, we don't come to YouTube. Oh, thank you very much. How you doing? Let me say greetings to you. Do you remember, like I say, waiting Cancelo run from at Man City, he don't go meet him for Bayern. The manager preferred 3 center back, no regular playing time for him. It's frustrating, Sha. Well, that's so life they be. Sometimes, you know why the Cancelo was painful for me. Last season, he was the guy that played the most number of matches, right, for Pep Guardiola. And so if all of a sudden they are putting you on the bench, they are trying to give young players a chance, you should accept it. I'm not saying that people should accept to sit on the bench, but it's just something you consider and say, okay, well, I've had more playing times than other players, let me just, sit into this one. But then that didn't happen. Well, life is life anyway. Now he's gone to Bayern, he's still sitting on the bench again. Victor Malalu say, I think the video and the audio is clear. You may need to make the background more colorful. Don't worry, I'm working on that already. It's going to take some time. It's going to take we want to repurpose and redesign the studio, so it's going to take us some time. There are some bills that we have to pay, some things that we need to clear, and that's why we're trying all of this, knowing fully well that redesign is coming. And for the redesign to really work, we're going to put a shelf here and put like boots, balls, picture frame, a whole lot. There's a whole lot of this background that will change as we go. But before then, we're just trying all of these softwares, knowing which one to pick up, knowing which one to keep and which one to not keep, and all that. So one confession I must make is, in the last couple of years, it's been maybe or maybe not. But I think by the time I got an account manager recently by YouTube, it just tells me that, okay, now I'm on the table now. And now I have their attention. I have the YouTube attention. And what it also requires is, to whom much is given, much is expected. Once YouTube gives you an account manager, it also means that there are certain conditions you must meet. Like, for instance, the membership thing is not my making. It's YouTube that it's requirement. You must do this. You must do that for us to also play our part on this end. So I feel I'm obligated to do it. And then say, okay, you must upgrade your live stream to meet the standard of the people in your category, in your new category. So these are the things that we're saying. But I mean, I'm not going to go rob the bank or go find money where I don't have it. I'm going to try my best to raise the money through the best way that I know how to, which is work as hard as I can in other things that I do in my other enterprise and bring money from there. First off, prioritize my family, then next thing, whatever is remaining, save it up to be able to do this. Because the thing is, we just buy a new stuff anyway that we're using that to make the sound. If you listen, the sound today on the YouTube is different because it's coming, it's no longer like that's free loose sound on the computer. It's coming from the processor, so it's different. We're working on all of that, and the background will change a whole lot. This graphics will also change. A lot of things will change as we go, but this is just testing. Give us 6 months or so, to see how it goes. But having said that, let me go and see. Gospel Obukamana Awari says, so far no issues from my end yet. Stream going smoothly, maybe if my network acts, but for now we are 10 over 10. Thank you very much. Let me just say, politics, I don't understand this GROV not being a Lagosians. When we go grow past this tribal sentiment, I don't want to get involved in that conversation right now because I don't even know where he's from in the first place. So I'm not going to get involved in a conversation that I don't have the whole basis of the conversation. But anyhow, thanks for putting up there in the conversation in the chat section. We notice it. Godswill Obukamena Awari say, I use phone and laptop cause I'm moving around. Okay, now I get it. Tawo Ogunade, he say, what is the update about the Super Eagles squad list, campaign, and which is the venue? Well, there's no update on it yet. I think the Super Eagles will camp for the Abuja game. If they are playing in Abuja or probably playing in Uyo, the NFF had to decide. There's no official statement yet. I'm not going to be here and make my own statement. I've spoken to people, but they spoke to me in confidence. And if I put their word out there, next time they will not talk to me again. Being a journalist does not mean you should hurt your friends. That's one of the things that I've learned in the course of this job. I have informations, but this is private conversation with people who are my friends in the NFF office. And if I put it out here and then people go out there and quote it, obviously the president will know that, oh, somebody within his cabinet is leaking information. That will not also be good for the system, because it also means that the man will be afraid of the people he's working with. So please, let's do it this way. Let's all bear to wait for the official channels of the NFF to come out with information, and then we'll take it up from there. It's something I had to learn the hard way. I mean, where I used to work, I wasn't thinking this way, but it's something that I've had to learn the hard way. Like, okay, what's the use? I mean, would I be happy if I have a private meeting, a private conversation in my studio, and before I walk out there, somebody's already using the private conversation that we have for public conversation? It will be bad. One top person in the media, what has made us sworn enemies is private conversation that I had with him. He went on to use it on his show. I was insulting me, and that very minute I've ended the relationship, respect and everything. So I don't want that to happen to be my case as well. So I'm going to keep it calm. The NFF will obviously come out with an official position, and once they come out, then we can have a conversation around it. That's the way it comes to maturity. Brill_13, he says, so far I think this side chick of Instagram is better. Okay, that's the way you see it, but honestly speaking, it is YouTube that really matters to me. Okay, it's YouTube. I've got to be honest. That's where my money is. That's where my business is. But I would always do Instagram. No matter what happens, I would always do Instagram. That's just the truth. But we will keep improving. Look for ways to improve. Okay, having said that, where did I stop? Tawo Ogunade, he said, what's the update? Okay, I think I've read that one. And then is Super Eagles playing in Morocco or Bissau, MKO Stadium or Uyo Stadium? You will hear that later. Lord Mayor, boss, what do you think about our under 20 boys performance? I said it before. I'm not somebody who have confidence in a team that is coached by Ladaboso. I don't have anything personal against Ladaboso, but I've not seen any team that his coach do well. So giving him the chance to coach the national team is not something that I like. I'm also not going to be here complaining about the recycling of Nigerian coaches. You know why I'm not going to be here? This is a country we would always get what we deserve. We also recycle old politicians. We recycle almost everything. So we're not going to become professional and efficient in coaching, in sports, when we're not professional and efficient in all the walks of life. So we just get what we deserve as far as I'm concerned. That's my opinion. I might be wrong, but that's my opinion on that one. The under 20 team was not good from day one. The very first game that I saw them, I said it, people said I was being too brash, too harsh, too rude. Well, the chicken has come on to roast. I'm not going to be here to say I told you so, but I actually did told you guys. So Lord Mayor, I say, boss, okay, I've read that one. But didn't remember, like, he said, with the constant injury of Benzema, they may want to replace him this summer. If they come for him, he should turn down Barcelona and go to Madrid. Definitely, for sure. That's why Obukoman Awari say, okay, then I will contact my bank ASAP. And remember, we said this is the audio we have been dreaming of. Great one, boss. Thank you very much. Chukudebe Oko. Sorry if I didn't pronounce that name well. Chukudebe Oko. He said, I don't kukuma move to YouTube. We must make this TV work. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that loyalty, commitment, and dedication. God bless you, man. They say you need to create a news channel for the MPFA, NNL, and NNL. No, I am not. Because what that means, let me explain why I will not create it. I will not. This is the channel that I have. You know, when people say these things, they say it with such ease, not knowing the logistical nightmare that is involved. What is the use of creating an MPFA, NNL, NLO news channel that does not disseminate information? That's one. Two, running YouTube channel one YouTube channel is hard. It's expensive. Okay, we have the one for entertainment that we're not even touching, and then we have this one. It's not as easy as people think out there, and then news from Nigerian football is not easy to disseminate. So this is the one place where all the information that we have will come out. You may not like it, you may not agree, but this is where all the information that we have will come at. You just have to bear it and accept it the way it is, because it is what it is. We're not going to create a separate one. We're not even thinking about it. Gospel Mukamana say Chukudube Oko, una welcome. Okay, Henry Umoru say football switch sha. See as Man U they collect since the 7-up event. I say be now. They go still beat somebody. Man U go still go beat somebody 9-1 now. The story go come turn. Gospel Mukamana say boss, the video done they skip Abi na Ten Hag na hang self, but the audio is going on smoothly. I think that's the internet problem, because I noticed the internet bar just dropped to one single bar, and that happens sometimes. It's gonna go back up again because it's not showing excellent connection here. Okay, what's it called? Deji Abiona, he said I feel the audio here, Baba. Good job, thank you very much. Kalija Ibrahim said, love this new news info write-up showing on the screen. Picture quality and sound is perfect. Okay, so I think it's based on wherever you are. The network where you are also is a determining factor. Is it possible to add our social media handles on the write-up? Yeah, we will do that. And I mean, this is the first test. We will do that as we go, and add a few more other things to it as we go. Believe me, like I told you behind this is my life work now. This is what I want to do. This is what I do. This is what I want to be known for. I want to go from sports football analyst to a YouTuber. I mean, it's hard for people to come to terms with that. My friend told me that nobody would ever call you a YouTuber. They will continuously call you football analyst. But I think people will change over time. Say, hey, you said that for that YouTuber. That's a conversation. That's how I want to be described going forward. The YouTuber, not the football analyst. Okay, because football analysis is easy, and when I say this, people get angry whenever I say it. It's easy. But YouTube, there are so many things that are not under your control. So for football analysis, you analyze based on your commitment to learn. For YouTube, you cannot go to people's house and force them to subscribe to your channel. You cannot go to people's house and force them to comment on your channel. You cannot go to people's house to force them to start sharing your content. No. You must do the things that makes people love your work so much so that they can no longer resist it. They are always going to be there. And it's not 100 people, it's not 50 people, it's not 200 people, it's not 1,000 people. We're talking people in their millions. It means that you need to keep cracking on this rock until the rock cracks open and water comes out of it. And it could be a lifetime of hard work. Football analysis, if you commit yourself to it, you could do within 6 months. You are an expert. Okay, you are an expert. But to be a YouTuber, you can do 10 years and still not even cross the Rubicon. You cannot even cross the white line to getting on the green. I'm just saying it because it's an experience. If somebody asks me what's the hardest work I've ever done, is being a YouTuber. The hardest work I've ever done is being a YouTuber. I thought that the hardest work was getting married and being a father, right? Because it's an everyday work. You don't even know what the result will be. Okay, you're just guessing. YouTube is hard. Okay, so let me continue with the messages that came in. Additional Lavama, he said, it is painful that we are losing another time to raise future Eagle star. Under 20 is very critical. It's not about winning. I agree, but we've selected players that are not good, coaches, that are not good. And, T.D. Jake said in his book, Reposition Yourself, if your people know better, they will do better. I always believe that in football, the primary thing is to get a good coach. When you get coaches that are obsolete, and it's like drinking expired medicine, you're poisoning yourself. If you get coaches that are obsolete, do not understand the evolution of the game, you are just going to get bad results. It's not about shouting on the sideline. It's about passing the right instruction. I know that shouting is part of the job, but hey, we don't have the right coach. I mean, we can pretend and lie to ourselves, but we don't have the right coaches, and we are suffering from it. We've not been training coaches. You know that Lanaboso is the head of the Coaches Association in Nigeria. Nigeria have not had any CAF licensing course since 2017. Come on, man, what do you expect? We're not growing in the coaching area. And if the people, imagine if the teachers that are teaching your children in school are not doing well on their job, they don't even know what they are doing, they don't know how to solve maths, they don't speak good English. You think your children will come out good? Your children will speak when me not here, when we where. Now that's why your children will speak, because you put them in the hands of someone who doesn't have it. Patrick Eromona says maybe you can do a rundown of every MPFA game you cover and give a candid opinion on the overall performance and organization of both teams. Yes, I've done that, but you know that I don't cover every week, so it's stiff competition. There is the political competition, there is the tribal competition. I am the minority in the field. Okay, I brought the idea of this whole streaming it and the rest, but people that are playing in the ring right now have political connections, financial connections, and everything over me. I'm just gonna wait for my time. Any game they give me. If you look at the games that we have streamed on the TNFF channel, our streaming have the highest numbers of views. Our streaming also have the highest number of offshoots. I mean, in terms of extra content that come off it. But I'm not going to force it. So if we were doing it consistently, like every match day we have 1 or 2 games to do, then this idea would be nice. But right now, it's not possible. Unfortunately, it's not possible. We'll just get 1 game and then we'll wait for like 6 matches. We do 1 game. And it's not gonna work like that, because you're going to set yourself up where people have expectations and then you are not able to meet it. Okay, that's the reason. Additional I might say, when you see a good team, one, the boys tried their best, but the under-20 team is lacking quality coaching. The best players will become Legbere with this set of coaches. And remember, Patrick said, sorry, I didn't say good morning. No problem. Come on. I say a very big good morning, original man. No, come on, your brother now, your family. I already understand, and you're a good man. I did love myself, but do you get out? Gospel book man, I father. God, my brothers. My brother just choose today, to take me to play. I did love my. He said, you go reach a landmark of millions. We are here with you. Amen. Sure, sir. The day I go get 1 million subscribers, sure, sir, I feel not sleep that day. I feel not sleep. Me and the Elegoted TV family members are with you on this journey till forever. Thank you very much. You guys are the best thing that ever happened to me. You guys are fantastic people. That WhatsApp group, like I work because I wake up every morning to go to work because of you guys and my family. Deja Bion, I celebrated one of sports to change to YouTuber go hard. Okay. Let's take it easy. Tao Gunade, he said the under 20 squad looks way over age. I don't know about that one. Kaljaye Ibrahim, he said just notice some write-up overlap on another as it's true. Now it's the timer. The network is hanging it up, so I understand that. I'm seeing that myself here. And DJ Lava might say, wow, knockout licensing coaching course since 2017. That is a shame. Unfortunately, you can't give what you don't have. Let me give you a very good example. Coach Ayere Sylvester left Nigeria as an NIS graduate and was waiting to do a CAF licensing job course so that he can apply to coach in the Nigerian league, because that's part of the conditions. If you don't have a CAF certificate, you can't coach in the league. And he couldn't, because it's expensive for him to travel from Nigeria to go to other countries to go and do CAF licensing. He went to Dubai. It's 1 year now. It's exactly 1 year now that Coach Ayere have been in Dubai. He has done 2 UEFA courses. He's done his UEFA C. He's not doing his UEFA B license. When he's done with that, he might just go to UEFA A, where people like Mikel Arteta are right now. So you see the difference of a working environment. Are you saying that Coach Ayere now have more money or more football knowledge, or is more driven than the other coaches here? No, he's driven, yes, maybe not more money, but the opportunities are closer. are easy. He doesn't need to force it. He doesn't need to kill himself for it. It's just there. He doesn't need to bribe his way to get it done. Those are the little details that count at the end of the day. Yeah, that's our payoff line, right? The little details count. That's the thing that you look at. In Nigeria, nobody is standing up to say, oh, we need to train our coaches. But we want our players to be world class. Your players cannot be world class if you can't train your coaches. Let me give you a very good example. Even in our media is one of the worst in the world. Yeah, the people in the media, like the boys, the people that go out on the street, are some of the best, the most talented. They are like the players. But the media operators, the media owners, and I mean, this will get me into a lot of trouble, but let's speak the truth. The media owners are devils in Nigeria. First off, they don't train. There's no media house that can boast. Maybe channels, I don't know. But 99% of the media houses don't train their staff. Don't send them out for exchange programs. Don't, provide opportunity for them to get better. Don't even work out to improve equipment. I remember back in the day where it used to be trouble for you to even put up your Instagram post or your Facebook post or mention your social media in the place where you used to work. These are basic things that should not be a problem, but those are problem because you're being caged, you're being gagged to live in the old ways, right? And then the world is evolving, technology is evolving fast and leaving you behind. By the time you come out from those space and come and realize that this is how the rest of the world is doing it, it's too late, because some of us will not even get the opportunity to go to the World Cup where you meet with other journalists and then ask questions. Some of us will even go to those same World Cup and not be bold enough to ask questions because we're too timid. And then you stuck to one particular way that things are being done, which the rest of the world have abandoned, have forgotten. And then you look like you're an idiot in the international community, right? I remember speaking with Christopher Green, and he gave me an account of what happened to him when he went to the 2014 World Cup. So he went to the 2014 World Cup. He was the chairman technical committee of the NFF. So it means that he is the one that would go to that FIFA technical study group and get information and pass to the coach. So what they do with every other team that came to the World Cup, they have this digital communicator where the technical study group of FIFA tells you what is wrong about your team, and they pass it to you. They just patch it to you straight, But he was there with a notepad. So think about this carefully, and I might have to interview him for him to say it himself. So he's writing down, he's taking note. Other people are using advanced technology to take the information real time and pass it to the guy sitting on the bench. If you watch the Premier League or La Liga or the Bundesliga or Serie A, you'll notice there's a guy who is always showing a screen to the coach at any given time. That's the person telling you what's going on. You watch the Barcelona versus Man United game, you saw some 8 guys at the very top of the stadium at the Nou Camp who were on their computer, because those computers are programmed. They are already, the stadium is so programmed that those computers read movement and everything. Players, the players that are not making impact, the ones that are making impact, and the rest of them. So you see them on the screen. Real time, you pass to the guy next to the coach, and it's a coach. So see the report. As at this time, this is the situation report. If we want to make change, this is what we'll do. Nigeria were copying notes. We're copying notes. Match finish. He couldn't even transmit from up because it was up in the stadium. To come down to where the coach require another access pass. You try and understand. So those little things, the life in general is not about margins. The doctor the surgeons that operate on my son said something, and he said, what he liked about me is he saw a father who was willing not just to do the surgery for the son, but to get the best people to come do the surgery for the son, so that the son will have a fighting chance of surviving and getting past the surgery without even knowing that he had a surgery. Those little things, those little margins can determine whether you succeed or you fail. It's just this little margin. Think about it. Let it sink in as you're thinking about this thing, and then you understand the kind of mess that we are in. Now, Coach Ayere, with Coach Ike, Coach Jamilu, all these coaches that they were around on the same level, Coach Ayere is not a UEFA B licensed coach. Coach Ayere can sit on the bench of any league team, can sit as an assistant for any European team, if he meets any coach who likes him and say, I want you to work with me, whether it's Mourinho, whether it's Pep Guardiola, he can sit on the bench while they go and do his A license and progress. But these guys will still, for now till eternity, if miracle does not happen, will still continue to be grassroots coaches and never even have the opportunity to coach an NPFL team. You see the difference? You see the difference between how you can succeed in life and how you can fail. That's just the little difference that I want you guys to look at in this conversation. Well, let's move past that one and go to something. Let me tell you also one experience that I had in 2014. When I went to 2014 World Cup, they asked me, what do you do? I said, I'm a sports analyst. All the foreign journalists were laughing at me. I didn't know why they were laughing. As educated, as well-traveled as I am, I didn't know why they were laughing. That's how ignorance can make you stupid, but you don't even know that you're stupid. And it was Martin Tyler who called me later and said, why do you say you're a sports analyst? I said, because I'm a sports analyst in Nigeria. He said, no, nobody's a sports analyst. You're a football analyst or you're not. Now, so he now gave me a good example. He said, you watch Sky Sports in Nigeria? I said, yes, we do watch Sky Sports in Nigeria. He said, look, the guys who do Formula 1 don't do boxing. The guys who do boxing don't do football. The guys who do football don't do all that. So you have to specialize. And that one moment, you know when your foolishness is shown on the big screen. That one moment, have you ever rubbed your hand in your nose and then you put it in your mouth, and that's when the camera is on you and is on the big screen? That's the moment forever. That's how it felt for me, But then, that very moment just taught me a whole lot. You have to understand all of these things, and these are some of the things that were not taught in the system growing up. And then with Buga, I'm a sports analyst. I hear people say all that now. I just laugh. The ones I can correct, I correct. The ones I cannot correct, I just leave them. Let them be on the big screen. One day they will go and say it in the outside world. Okay, it's just life. Okay. Adishala Ufoma says, wow. No, okay, I think I've read that one. And then Patrick said, everything for Nigeria now politics and tribe. Now why would they always speak the wrong people for everything? We go get there. Chukudube Oko said, Osimhen fit go Arsenal to Haba. Now only Chelsea get money. Well, Arsenal doesn't have that kind of money unless they are going to bring. Yeah, the Arsenal owner is rich, but I don't know if he's going to be willing to pay that amount of money. 150 million plus. What Arsenal won't win? They won't win Champions League. And this other he said, we too they talk over age. It's not about that. Did you see the other North African with beards? Are they the only ones entitled to bears at that age? Okay. Because I say, oh more, this is so sad. That's why everybody they think of Jackpa, cause the industry is not encouraging for you to grow at all. And then he went on, went on to say Nigerian institutions naturally bad training, hard training their people, and yet want world class. That's how we do it. Okay, Oduni Remileko is say na dispatcher rider he go use deliver the paper. Chris Gray, come and see your life here on blast. Oduni Remileko say far behind. Gospel book it was just laughing. Okay, so let me read this one from my inbox. John says, hello Idafe, I've followed you for a very long time, and I would need you to read this one on your show tomorrow morning. Thank you very much. I'm here now, and I want to draw your attention to something, and it's more common with guys. Why is it that it is easy to have friends that you would laugh and joke and play with, but at the end of the day you really cannot share your innermost pain? Somebody can be going through depression, be going through bad things in life. When he goes out to hang out with his friends at the beer parlor or the lounge, they'll just be laughing, and he's sitting down there knowing that tomorrow might just be his last, or tonight might just be his last, but he can't even speak with his friends. How do you as a person manage this? Because I have studied you and I noticed that you find it easy to share your pains, like your son's illness, like your lack of cash, like when you came out publicly to say you were fired, and many more. How do you do it? Because I wish I can be like that, but I'm always afraid that when I speak to people, they will turn it into a joke material. And Jiwa, okay, thank you very much for trusting me with your message. First off, let me be very honest here. And when I say this, it's beginning to sound like a cliche. I'm a worry boy. There is an advantage to that phrase, I'm a worry boy. But people don't know. Being a worry boy is like saying, I have seen the worst. There's nothing worse that you can do to me again. And most times people don't get it. People always look at me like, what are you saying? So what I am saying is this, is that I don't really worry whether people would gossip me. But the first thing I do is I make myself a person that you can also share your problem with, and you can trust that I would help you look for solution, and I will commit myself to go the whole 9 yards to make sure that we find a solution to the problem. If we don't find a solution to the problem, I will hold your hand till the end of the road. That's me. So once you make yourself like that, trustworthy and somebody that people can trust with their truth, it is also not easy for it to go the other way. When I was growing up, there was this pastor called Reverend Silas Oduebolu, and he was teaching about prayer. And I used to sing that once you go to church, you know how to pray. And he said this thing about prayer. He said that there is the Akara school level of prayer. I grew up in Warri, so Akara school was what he used, which is like kindergarten. There's a kindergarten level of prayer, which is, oh God, thank you for today, blah, blah, blah. Those normal, regular prayer. And then there is the prayer that moves from that to intercession level, where you're not deliberate and intentional about your prayer. I'm going somewhere with this, so I'm going somewhere with it. And in that realm, you don't pray because it is morning or because it is evening. You pray because you set up. You can say 3 a.m. tonight, I want to pray from 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. And now listen, prayer is the hardest level of human life. If you're not sabi, after 2 minutes, you're repeating yourself. All you be hearing is Father Lord, Father Lord, Father Lord, Father Lord. But if you sabi pray, you can pray. It's just like doing this show. Somebody who does not know how to do this work, 1 hour, within 5 minutes, you don't know what to say again. It's run out of words. I tell people that I can do a show without reading anything online, and I will still do a show for 2 hours, 6 hours, and I'm not repeating myself. So he said that when you train yourself in prayer language and know how to pray very well, prayer becomes a thing of joy, becomes fun. It's also the same thing with friendship, being friends with people. It starts with you caring enough to check on people and wishing people well, being happy when people succeed, being genuinely concerned when things are not going right for people. People see it. See, there are certain things you can't fake. People see it, and gradually it becomes the hallmark upon which people judge you and say, okay, this person is this. I want you to notice that you can have 10 friends and all of you guys are talking about different friends. No, this one, no, not be, no, enough feel down. But the other ones, people are like, I not feel vouch for them. It happens. So you have to be that person. Whatever you expect in other people. For me, I have standards. I have good friends. I also have bad friends. And I've cut a lot of friends out. And people say, oh, David, you're too harsh. No, I'm not. Let me give you a very good example. I lost a good friend. He's a good guy, but he had this knack of always speaking bad about my company, my business. And I'm investing my entire life. And the guy, every time he's doing his business, like his football business, he needs my opinion. I'm the one that guides you. And I don't even look at him like, because the guy is what I would describe as an amateur in the sporting business, but he's passionate about it and he's investing money. But I've never looked at him from that angle. But he looks at me like, when he talks about my business, he talks about my business like, like we're roadside. And I cut him off. My friend, people around me like, oh, no, you. I said no, because this guy doesn't meet the standard that I need. So it's the same thing, Jewon, with your friends. First off, what kind of friends do you have? My mom trained us with one phrase that I've never forgot. I'll translate it in English. She says it in Yoruba, but I'll say it in English. Never be so attached to anyone that you cannot disconnect yourself from them. So I've always lived my life knowing that if you're not good for me, I'll cut you off. And it's also a Bible principle. Say if your left hand will cause you to sin, cut it off. If your left eye will cause you to sin, pluck it out. So it's the same thing with friendship. If you have bad circle of friends, change them. And then make the right circle of friends. It's never too late. Another thing is, don't see a group of people, a gang, a clique that is working and say you want to force yourself in. It's just like the Elegbete TV family WhatsApp group now. A lot of people reach out, oh, I want to join this group. I can't add you because we've come a long way. We've carried this cross from Owerri. We're almost at Calvary. You cannot join us now. No. We are not friends. We're no longer, it's not about Elevated TV anymore. We're not friends. We share some deep things together. We're going to be like that. Another group can form, and then add me up, and then I see if it is the kind of place I want to be, because I run away from toxic environment, toxic people who like to gossip other people who like to insult themselves. I don't do it. So you have to find the right circle of friends, and I think you should talk. I also think that looking at the way the world is, and it's not just a Nigerian thing, but then if you're in Nigeria, it's even worse. Looking at the way the world is, men need to talk to each other. Men need to support each other, because life hard though. Life, if not for the kind of friends, the kind of people that I have around me, I'm sure I would have lost. We'll be talking about rest in peace, Oganetiga, my son. I'm very certain about that one. But the kind of people I have around me, because I've always looked at people, this saying that we are one major sickness away from going to social media to beg for money, right? And I was close to that. I was very, very close to that, because nobody have all this money, walk up somewhere to come and take care of problem. But then I have good friends, people that I could call on and say, this is this, and I will not see it in the news tomorrow or social media tomorrow, or somebody else will use it to insult me tomorrow. And even if they do, if I did that to save my son, what's my business? Okay, it's fine. So I think you need to have the right circle of friends and not be afraid to cut out bad friends from your circle. That's just my own take on that. Thank you very much, everyone who's been on the show today. 74 people live on YouTube. That's amazing. Ibanga Smart says Senator Omar. Omar's joined us. Hey, Omar, Havana. Boy, they win award anyhow. This is how they travel Germany to Italy. Say very soon and Germany to England, you will travel shower. Just know that one for mine. John Juba 0122. You say, boss, with all due respect, we need to change our Super Eagles defense, especially Ekong is too slow as a central back. Well, that's why we have a coach that have a contract that says that ends that much, right? There are certain things that I do not make my problem, because they are really not my responsibility. There's a man who get paid for that. If 9 to 10 you come on this show and I'm not here, you will blame me, because it's my responsibility to be here. But as it is right now, there is a guy whose name is Jose Pesero. His job is to pick his team and live or die by the result of that team. I think I can trust him for now until he begins to fail. He has not failed. He doesn't win friendly matches, but he wins his qualifiers. I don't want us to repeat the mistake we repeat with Ghana Draw. Let's keep our fingers crossed and see how it goes. Well, as I pack my bags and baggages to leave, Odin Rebel say, life hard, though, bros. Kalajai Ibrahim says, finding that right circle of friends is the real work. Yeah, but we find our own. How did we find our own? How did we find that group and we eliminate some people, we put some people, we keep some people? See, the thing is, it's like love, falling in love. Nobody have a write-up written down and say, this is the profile of the person that cannot break your heart. We all know that everybody have the tendency to break your heart, but we fall in love, right? You must find friends. It's just the thing. I don't think anybody is created to live alone. First off, God says that it is not good for man to live alone. So I don't think anybody is created to live alone. Animals walk in group. Birds fly in group, in company. Fish swim in droves. You think humans are meant to live alone? If you can't trust people, people can't trust you. That's how I see life. If you can't trust people, people can't trust you. If you make yourself a person that people can trust, then other people will begin to trust you, and then you too be able to trust people. If you can't love people, it's hard for people to love you. Life is like perfume, right? You spray it on, but other people benefit it. And so you have to either choose to wear a perfume or give a body odor. And the problem with this is, if you give a body odor, you repel people from you, right? If you wear a perfume, you attract people to you. So just be the kind of person that you want. See, being in the Elevated TV family group is one of the hardest things, because every day you are working for people, you are serving people, people are calling you to demand for this, for that, but we're not a gang, we're a clique. So I don't fear to pursue a project anymore because I know I've got my guys behind me. I've got my guys. I was in Benin. We run out of cash. I was stranded, like really stranded. I wanted to stay extra days and I realized that, okay, money is gone. My guy came in. Pastor Bess came to see me and I said, look, I need to go back to Lagos tomorrow morning. And I don't want to go to the park because of my leg. I don't want to join regular car. I need to take a Sienna. I said, okay, I got you covered. This was not part of his plan. Like, I got you covered. He went to the park, sorted out everything about the Sienna, called me and said, 5 a.m. in the morning, there's going to be a Sienna at your hotel. Do you know what that is? That day was the first day I was seeing this man. I've been chatting with him. We've been in the same WhatsApp group for over 2, 3 years, 4 years. He's been listening to me for a very long time. That was the first day I was seeing him. But he got my back. Just think about it for a minute. He got my back. He went to the park, went out of his way. This is a pastor, a very busy man on a Monday, where pastors do counseling and the rest of them. Not my mates. So we're not talking about, oh, we're boys, we're guys. No, this is not my mates, not my level, right? He went to the park in Benin, get to sort out everything, and then 5 a.m., 4:45 a.m., the Sienna was already in my hotel. Checked out. By 8 a.m., I was in Lagos. If I even flew from Benin to Lagos, I'm not going to my house by 8 a.m. Do you understand? That's what having people is all about. That's what having people is all about. Make yourself a guy that people can go the whole 9 yard for, and you also be the guy that will go the whole 9 yard for people. It's as simple as that. Well, we could talk for now till eternity, but it's time to come to the end of the show. Alexander Arago, it's a good show and clear audio. Thank you very much. And thanks to everybody as well. Omar Katogba, he said, what's his name? I need to send him my account. His name is Pastor Best. Yes. Pastor Best Igbonosa is in Benin. Fantastic guy. Wonderful guy. Who got me and Kalejaye sorted out in a minute like this. That's how life works. Don't forget that Sienna from Benin to Lagos is 70,000 naira. Like comfort, sleep inside that car. Nobody. Pastor Best, oh God, that guy, fantastic guy with an amazing voice and an incredible laughter, right? So I'm just saying that make yourself. Omar, you travel a lot. You meet people who you don't know from all walks of life, and they are willing to carry your bag, to do this. Let's even spend another 5 minutes talking about you now. And I've seen you go to Japan, I've seen you go to Saudi Arabia, Qatar, everywhere. When you were growing up in the streets of Lagos, Ikorodu, Ajegunle, you think that this was possible? No. But at some point, you've made yourself the kind of guy that opened doors for people. And listen, the fact that you open doors for people does not mean people will appreciate it too. I know what people say about Omar to me, like in the past. Now those people can't even say it again. Everybody around you, there are also those guys who are just looking for one mistake. So let me give you a very good example. I could tell someone that I can help you get a visa, and then I do your application, you pay your money, and then we'll go to the embassy, refuse to give you visa, and then you go around and tell people that I shop your money. Meanwhile, I don't control the embassy. I just know that I've done it before. I mean, people who have applied for visa before also get denied, but then they will spread that story. People, you could say, oh, somebody can reach out to you, say, help me with 10,000 naira, and you are not able to help them, and then they go on social media and begin to blast you and say all sort of things. But you have helped like 2 million people with 10,000, 100,000, 50,000. None of them will come online and say, oh, you are this guy helped me, this guy did this for me, this guy paid my children's school fees. I don't donate blood for stranger. I can hospital donate my blood for stranger. Why I don't know. I never get their phone number. Go hospital, go where they run around to try find solution to my son. Where they life and death situation. Somebody wife won't born, you not get money to pay for CS. I had to call one guy, Samuel, some other people, raise money, give them. I don't even know the people. But if to say I do one negative thing for that hospital, the news go there everywhere. It go there viral. I'm not using their story to talk about. I'm just saying these are things that happen. You know how many people will call you, I'm not eating, you send them money. Tomorrow you go post one thing that go cost you. The same person go insult you. So, this is not the guy that just sent 20k to take off his family. Why is he insulting me for having an opinion on election? Or is it the one that'll tell you to stay in your lane, and then you check 3 weeks ago you just sent that person like 10,000-15,000 naira? It's just the way it is. So, but you will still have to trust people, still have good friends, because listen, I benefited from people showing up for me in all walks of life. So I can't underestimate friendship and the goodwill of humanity. And me, I'm not something that they pay me. I'm always a happy guy, because to me, I tell my wife this all the time. If I die today, I've lived a very successful life. I've traveled to 52 countries and back. I've made impact in industries that I wasn't even trained for. I've changed the face of football in Nigeria. I'm also changing the face of sports media in Nigeria. Come on. If I die today, I feel I've fulfilled destiny, right? But some people will still come. There are some people that your mate are working BBC, you're not there. I own my own company. I might go work on BBC. That's life. So I don't think you should bother about all these things. So me, I don't know. But finally, as I go to New York, this one, he said, "This is where you talk now, not be lie you. Even people where you don't help before serve. The day where I no get to give them the squeeze face like monkey will lick lime and start giving you attitude. They greet them, the person ignore you. That's life." All right, guys, thank you very much. We've had a good time. Omar Katugba say you are bigger than that. Thank you very much, man. I've got to go now. And Omar Katugba, thank you very much for the great job that you're doing. You're an amazing ambassador of Nigeria. I was telling somebody the other day that if all these things you're doing, if they break it down into football, you know that you guys will say Omar Katugba is a superstar. But because he's a journalist and we have this tendency of always, okay, Omar, sorry I called you a journalist. You say you're not a journalist. Because he's a sports entrepreneur, and we always try to downgrade what we do, the sacrifice of living family, traveling around the globe just to, make people happy and bring information and stories. It's not easy. I see what you do and I really appreciate it. I celebrate you always. I may not do it enough, but I celebrate you always. Thank you very much for what you do, especially with the Osimhen brand. I know that a lot of people do not still understand the value of media, so they might not put the right value on the work that you do, but I know. I told somebody the other day, I said a lot of people went to Veraju, but people talk about Ebenezer more because we put Ebenezer on blast. Basit went to Pacos Ferreira. Nobody's talking about him. The media is a very powerful tool. The people who sacrifice, who use their own money to make those free sacrifice, deserve to be appreciated. And Omar, you've done a great job. Thank you very much. Alpha FC say thank you for brand boost. We appreciate you for putting on our jersey during your show today. God bless you. Thank you very much for that. And thanks for giving me that jersey as well. 69 Lema say thanks, Omar. We appreciate you. And Omar says that's true. This is where I draw the curtain on the show. 12 extra minutes is long enough. Okay. Oduni Remeleka say people don't help me too, and I don't help people too. Yes, that's the way it is. The good thing is we should always say the good things that people have also done for us. I mean, sometimes we also are obligated to say the bad things that people have done to us, but we should also say the good things that people have done to us. With this, we've come to the end of the show. My name is Idafi Mathias Yogana. You love to call me the Lego Town of Sports. It's been a wonderful time being on the show today. Let's do it again tomorrow and continue. Please, if you've not subscribed to the YouTube channel, do want to subscribe. And always, please comment on our content. Help us to get better. We are targeting to get to 1 million subscribers. And it make you laugh right now because 10,000 people, we have 10,000 subscribers and we're looking at 1 million. Well, what is the disadvantage of dreaming big again? Is there any disadvantage? I don't think there is any disadvantage. Have yourself a wonderful day. Bye bye, guys. I gotta go now.